Welcome. Today we're going to talk about real estate investing, and I have Eric Gregoire of Gregoire Real Estate, and he's going to talk about the ins and outs of real estate investing and how he got into it. So tell me, Barrett, how long have you been in real estate, and why did you go into real estate?
Been in real estate a little over 24 years. My dad's been in business since the 1950s, and I just decided to follow suit with him.
What are the top three things for new investors in real estate, and even seasoned investors, should look out for in today's real estate market?
I think crucial thing is to buy something in excellent condition. Obviously, look for sound location. It's an old adage, but it basically holds true.
Okay.
And then study the numbers on a property carefully, analyze all your expenses, and do your research.
Is it true that when people are investing in real estate, there's that old axiom, location, location, location? Could you narrow that down to little towns and communities throughout the United States, and then also bring it home right here in Vermont, that you would bring that axiom into play?
It seems to me that the houses that appreciate the most, and you have the better luck with the renting, is usually in neighborhoods that are more single-family homes. They're not congested or overly commercialized, industrialized. Just a nicer place to live, quieter. Maybe has some land, more amenities. I've tended more to buy apartment buildings. They're easier to deal with. If you have vacancy, it's easier to fill.
Okay.
That's been my focus.
What do you specifically look for when you look at investment rental properties?
I would look at a property that, number one is the numbers, the cash flow. Is there any upside potential to increase the rents or cut the expenses? I think one secret's been too, if you could find a building that's underutilized and that the numbers work, has a positive cash flow, and you create some value with it, that's always a good strategy. And then, like I mentioned before, get something in excellent condition, a good value. Rehabbing today is just so expensive unless you do your own work. Materials have gone up, permits are more expensive. I just think you're better off to get something in sound condition, unless you totally steal it and do a lot of your own work. And there again, you really got to be careful you don't get burned with unforeseen issues.
Now, that brings up a good point. You say unforeseen issues. Are we talking with the city itself and the permits you have to deal with, or is it more of an all-encompassing thing?
Probably all-encompassing. It could be from not having enough contingency in your budget for unknowns. Like there again, permits are more expensive, and you got to check zoning, etc. Today nothing's easy.
Okay. People say, and even you find this on the web, that you want to find out what the sale prices of houses are in that neighborhood, so you as the investor who's looking for purchasing that property, that they're getting a fair price.
You look at comparable sales, you'd have to look at rent data, vacancy data.
Now, where would you get that in terms of these other rental properties that are in the area? How would you find that information if somebody wanted that?
There's different ways. You could look at the local chambers. You could do your own market study, kind of follow the newspapers, keep a chart showing different sizes. Maybe, big thing, go look at some of the units and talk to somebody who owns some of these properties.
Is this a good time to buy?
I think it's my strategy would be it's always a good time to buy, depending on the deal.
Okay.
And if you haven't bought before, don't be afraid to. Just maybe start small. Don't go out and buy like 30 apartments in one swoop.
Okay.
And it's a long haul. You got to look at it for the long run, not just quick make a buck. And then you got to look at also the market. Sometimes when the market's real hot, which it was, you could, flip a property, make $1, and take that money and do a tax-free exchange into a bigger property, roll your money into it.
Thank you very much. Do you have a website to direct the users to?
Yes, www.gregoirerealestate.com.